it's a movement of understanding based upon several different types of experiences that men have, which is in having one version of women and the woman that they are with or married, and then being confronted with that idealization being shattered. And I do think that men and women can take the red pill in terms of you're going to find and marry someone that completes you and loves you in the way that you've been waiting your whole life, and now you found the one. I think we all need to take the red pill with regard to that and go, that is a fantasy. It is not going to happen. There is no mommy or daddy waiting to save you.
But that's gender. That's both genders. That's everyone. You're just saying that there's that Disney ending of we'll never fight.
Yes.
We'll always be happy. They will complete me.
Yes.
They will take care of me in all the ways that I desire, and they'll read my mind whenever I need them.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not happening.
And because this person is with me, I have a monopoly on their sexual affection, their love, their et cetera. Their desire. And that is, again, not true. I think people lie to one another, men and women. You're the only one I've had eyes for. I knew from the moment I saw you. We all participate in this. And that's not been my experience.
You can have faithful behavior, by the way, and still have desirous thoughts.
Of course.
I mean, that's what being human is, I think.
But most people do not want to hear from their partner that I right now am more interested in that man or that woman sexually than I am in you. And if all the rules were off the table, I would go do that. And tonight, I'm just not feeling it with you. And that crushes people because we've been promised and told that love means that they want me and only me forever,
every day,
forever in this way. So this is a tough question to answer because I feel like I have to. I wish you could perhaps maybe next week ask me about some particular red pill beliefs because it is such a.
Well, I know. I mean, you've told me.
It's such a broad spanning movement.
Your view is that the part that they miss is that all humans, it's not gender specific, all humans enter into relationships with certain desires and things that they want to get out of those relationships. And that can differ relationship to relationship. And that's just what having a relationship is, whether it's sexual or friendship or whatever. Yeah. That's your high level take, is my understanding. And so this idea that women are conniving and evil while men are magnanimous. It's like, if you think women are conniving and evil, men are conniving and evil.
We're all just trying to maximize.
If you think what you're doing is magnanimous but self-interested, then what your partner is doing is probably magnanimous but self-interested. Like your behaviors, you're all motivated by the same self-interest / generous, compassionate / shitty parts of being human.
Yeah, bottom line up front is I don't think that there's a moral distinction between men and women where we go, women are bad, men are good. That I think is an undercurrent, or women are deceptive, men are not. Again, it's absurd. Like, I don't buy that at all. And those will be the arguments. Women lie, men don't do this, men are loyal, which is like, which men have you been hanging out with? Dude?
But your argument isn't that they're wrong. Why? Again,
some women lie, some men lie.
Exactly. It's not that you're not saying that everyone's a paragon of virtue. You're actually saying that everybody is, all the genders are unfaithful, and everybody in the right circumstance is probably going to be unfaithful. And
now let me say where I do think they have a fair point that I think is worth doing. They accurately say that our biological evolutionary history creates particular psychology in us. So the biology of a man is an infinite, pretty much ever reloading stream of semen.
Yep.
You can get anyone pregnant, and you can verify this in your own life. And the biology of a woman is that once a month you drop an egg a certain number of times until you hit menopause. So I could go to any culture.
And then if you get pregnant, you're pretty physically vulnerable.
You're very vulnerable. So I go to any culture in the world, and you can see how this breaks down in gay couples. And you ask, who is going to be more sexually reserved, or not reserved, it's granting less access sexually. And it's going to be the person who stands to get pregnant and have that child.
Most of the time. Yeah, and obviously there's some women that are very...
Because there's a greater cost. They need to be choosy with that. And again, with all of this, all of these rules are broken on an individual level all the time.
Some men are very chaste and some women are not.
Gay men. There are gay women.
There are straight guys. There are religious guys who don't have sex till marriage. There are women who they have sex before marriage.
Yes.
You're just saying that it tends to be the stereotype of the culture, and that stereotype tends to come from the majority of behavior.
Yes. And so they accurately say that, okay, a woman's sexual strategy is going to be a product of her biology. And her biology says that she has a phase where she is ovulating, and a phase where she is not. And it also says that she has two primary needs, which she needs. She needs to get the best son, daughter, genetic, healthy that she can possibly do, which, by the way, we all do. We all filter for health in our spouse.
Yeah.
That's everybody. We all want that. And because they have this vulnerable experience of pregnancy, they need someone who will stick around, take care, and provide for this very, very vulnerable child, which comes out way too early compared to every other mammal, right? Mm-hmm. Baby giraffes hit the ground and are up and walking. Infants can't do anything for years. So, and then the issue comes where women, I think most of the time, ideally would like both of those to be the same man. She would like to pick a guy who is healthy, strong, what we typically consider attractive, so that her offspring have the best genes. And by the way, men do the same thing. They pick women who have all of those same qualities that they perceive as healthy, fit, young, whatever, going to be a good mother biologically. The problem comes when that guy does not want to then be the guy who sticks around and is the father and hangs out forever.
When birth control totally changed the game, right?
And birth control changes the game. So what these men find is that their wives, their girlfriends have a sexual past which is with one type of guy, and they treat him in the bedroom with a sexually liberal way. And then they settle down with another type of guy who does not inspire the same desire.
This isn't all guys.
Them.
Sometimes they marry someone that really jacks them up in the bedroom.
Of course. And it happens all the time. But these particular men often have experiences like this.
The people that are upset.
And they're angry about it. They feel cheated, tricked, deceived, promised that they could get something that they do not have.
This does happen both ways, by the way. There are wives who feel very sexually unfulfilled, and they wish that they could have sex every day, and their husbands are the ones that are disinterested.
Totally. And so that's, I think, I would love someone to represent a belief, but our criticism has been laced throughout, which is, yes, men and women are different. Yes, men and women have generally different sexual strategies. Yes.
But a lot of our complaints...
You could imagine
go to all sides.
Shoe could be on the other foot.
Yeah.
And what, men aren't looking for healthy people that are going to give them the best future, that are going to do this. Like, we're all just trying to satisfy our needs.
Dude, a lot of men, even and myself included, to some extent, they want a relationship that's going to be to the end of days. You know, one of the criticisms of the red pill is that you know, they say that women are looking for someone that they can take advantage of by having that person stick around to take care of them throughout life, financially or whatever it might be. A lot of men want the same thing from their wives, which is someone that's going to stick around forever through sickness and in health, and help them when their times are tough, or make whatever it is. So I think it's...
Well, you have to ask yourself, why is this, you know, these men feel cheated many times. And there's no individual...
That's what I'm saying. They're weirdly enough, I think the red pill has some insights into relationship dynamics, but everything goes through their lens, and a lot of their lenses are hurt and sad or angry. You know what I'm saying? And not all of them. And a lot of what they teach can still have merit.
And could I imagine to be in this other position, or do I see the other side of what it would be to be a woman searching for a man?
No, it's a lot of times it's a guy who does get cheated on or whatever it is, and then finds the red pill, and it lines up with their life experience.
Yeah. And
it helps explain to them what happened, by the way, in a way where they don't have to really necessarily blame themselves for not being the guy that she wants to have the threesome with. Mm-hmm. And instead they can go like, oh, women.
Yeah. So I actually really think a lot of the specific claims are fascinating. We've talked about the general stuff a lot. If you have particular questions about those claims, I'd love to talk about them.
Yeah, it's probably better to talk specifics because
it's talking about any movement,
there's a lot
group
in the
of people who feel differently, and I'm sure some are going to feel that I've miscategorized them, and I probably have, because I'm talking about this amorphous thing.
Sure, if there's a million people in the movement,
it's like, ask me how I feel about Republicans or Democrats, or like, it just doesn't make any sense. So if you have a particular,
or even the Republican platform, good luck.
If you have any particular questions about a red pill belief that you would suggest, please ask me. But what I'll say at a high level is that I do think, if I had to give the general good and the general bad, there tends to be a very self-interested, cannot imagine the other side, and does not see that there's intersexual traitorousness, cheating, deception, and exploitation occurring everywhere all the time. And I do not think that you can point to one gender and go, they do it more or worse. But they accurately say that, look, there's been this weird Disneyification that is setting people up for heartache.
Yeah.
Where you think that you're going to get your Princess Jasmine or your whatever it is who's going to love you till the end of days if you put that ring on her finger. And that's not the case for women or men at all. And I think take the red pill in terms of learning about the truths of human psychology and what drives people, and how you are not guaranteed a happily forever after just because you do the things that every song and movie tells you need to do.
That's a valuable lesson.
Because you'll have your heart shattered a lot of the time if that's the case. Hope that you guys enjoyed that clip. If you want to see more like this and have us do more podcasts, we are 100% funded by our generous patrons. And if you'd like to contribute, there's a link in the description, and we'll have one pop up on the screen right here so that we can do more podcasts where we have fun conversations and hopefully some deep ones like this. Either way, hope that you enjoyed the video, and I will see you in the next one.